Yo, what's up, YouTube? Um, you already know who this is, man. It's your boy Elijah B, and I'm back at y'all with a brand new video. You already know what to do, man. I tell you on every video, like, comment, and subscribe down below, because you already know what kind of time it is, man. Back at y'all with a brand new video. As always, I'm going to be talking about whatever topics on my mind and all that, and the title of this video is actually going to be, and I actually spoke on this, and I spoke on this in my older video and all that. And for anybody who has subscribed to me, please scroll back to this video. And the title of the video is gonna be called "Society is Turning Men into Bitches" Part Two. Actually, Part Two or Part Three, whatever. I'm kind of tired right now, so I can't really remember off the top of my head. But this is gonna be society is turning men into bitches and all that. And I'm just gonna talk a whole lot more about how I think society is how society is ruining people. And and hold on, and this isn't in this video isn't me trying to be dark or trying to be negative or trying to be pessimistic or anything. But I gotta speak on this shit, bro, for real, for real. Like, society's turning men into a bunch of bitch made hoe ass niggas, man. Like, and society's turning men into bitches, and this is another reason why. And in case for anyone who is subscribed to me, or who watches my videos, or who supports me, this is kind of reason like why I see the birth rate in America is slowly declining and all that. And I remember today, actually, I remember I was on YouTube, just scrolling through the videos and all that, scrolling through the shorts and all that, and I've like scrolled past a couple of videos saying that like the birth rate in America is slowly declining, and how I guess like not all women, but like I guess you could say like a certain percentage of women should have how they should have three kids to keep the birth rate, to increase the birth rate in America. But this is why the birth rate in America is slowly declining and all that, and this is why a vast majority of men are becoming incels, and or people are having less and less sex and all that. Because like I said in my video, or just like I said in the title of my video, society is turning men into bitches. And this is why we have soft feminine ass men, and we have masculine women and all that. And this is also another reason why the dating scene, the sex scene isn't doing too well right now. And as always, of course, all the Chads and Tyrones, or all the men that are all the people that society, or I guess you could say the men that society praises and worships so much. But here's the problem, though. That's only like a small percentage of men, though. And even I don't even know. Like, it's even getting to the point where even average men, because let's keep it real. A vast majority of men, or a vast majority of people in society, are average or below average, and then you have that percentage of people who are above average and all that. And from my point of view, and I don't know about y'all, but why does it seem like being average is seen as being ugly nowadays? Like no homo. Why do people have to be so fucking loud? Like, it's too damn late to be that damn loud. But hold on. Let me get back to my topic. But yeah, this is why because see, being average nowadays, especially for men, is considered being ugly and all that. And no homo, no diddy, pause. But there's plenty of average men out there who don't look that terrible, who don't look that bad and all that. And since society has these, but since the standards for society and what you're supposed to be as a man and what you're supposed to be as a woman, the standards are getting higher and higher and higher and all that. And they keep raising the bar higher and higher and higher and all that. And me personally, and like I'm pretty sure for a vast majority of us average men, we're not about to kill ourselves, or we're not about to stress ourselves out and go through hell and back just for the bar to keep getting raised higher and higher and higher. And then whatever us men do isn't good enough. And I feel like this is part of the reason why I keep seeing, and this is another reason why I be on YouTube sometimes, and I'll be scrolling through my videos and all that, and I keep seeing videos about how men are giving up and all that, and how men are dropping out of society, and people are dropping out of the workforce, and you know what I'm saying. I just keep seeing these videos on YouTube and all that, and they always just pop up in my recommended and all that, and I don't know. I just keep seeing these. I just keep seeing those kind of videos pop up in my recommended, and it's not like I actually watch the videos. Like maybe like I'll watch like a very small percentage of the videos that pop up in my recommended and all that, but these videos are really telling the truth about what's going on in society, and then you have these toxic positivity having ass motherfuckers who want to live in their Disneyland fairy tale bullshit positivity way of life and all that, and don't want to accept nothing for what it is and all that, and yeah, and I just don't see why people can't just accept stuff for what it is. And I mean, yes, the truth is like whole medicine. The truth is hard to deal with. The truth doesn't taste good. But at the end of the day, we gotta swallow it and eat it. Pause. No diddy. No homo. But yeah, this the way society is nowadays, it's created like a bunch of like soft, feminine, weak, compliant, complacent, submissive, independent, and just soft ass men. And we live in a society where people think that, oh, if they're good and they do the right thing and they let someone bend them over and take advantage of them, that they're gonna get rewarded one day, or that they're gonna get rewarded in the end. But I don't know. I want to talk about being good. Like being good doesn't really get a vast majority of people anywhere in life except being stuck and just living the exact same day over and over again. Like being good keeps you oppressed. Being good keeps you down. Being good keeps you poor. Being good keeps you compliant, complacent, submissive, dependent. It keeps you soft. It makes you a bitch. It teaches you to tolerate being good. Teaches you to tolerate disrespect. Being good teaches you to tolerate being a bitch and letting other people walk over you, whether it's physically, verbally, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. But this is what being good gets you, though. I mean, of course, you have some people who can be good and they can like still prosper and succeed in life. But how many people do you really know were good but didn't really get nowhere or make it nowhere in life? That's what I want people to ask themselves when they watch this video. I want people to like really question that, like, being good really getting you anywhere in life? Is being good really getting you anything that you want out of life? Is being good getting you anything that you personally want out of life? Or is being good getting you where somewhere else wants you to be in life? Because, and from my point of view and from the life that I've lived, from the life that Elijah has lived, all being good has gotten him or has gotten anybody else is where somebody else wants you to be at in life. All being good ever got you was picked on and bullied and walked over, and like this is why you see all these sexless incels and sexless virgins, and this is why you see, and I don't know how we live in a world where people obviously see evil winning on a daily basis and evil prospers in this world and all that, but people still want to have this Disneyland fairy tale bullshit mentality about life, about how, oh, if I'm good my whole life and I'll get this and I'll get that and I'll get rewarded one day for all my suffering. But then it's like, why are the good people suffering? But then you see these evil people prospering and winning. And like I said in one of my videos, I don't get how people can think that Jesus Christ or any kind of God, like Jesus Christ, Allah, Adam and Eve and Muhammad and all these BS ass religions and all that are real, but then it's like evil wins on this planet. This isn't God's world. This is the devil's world. This is why the devil's children have the money, the fame, the power, the respect, the women. Like they're the like how come and then no homo and Paul's been for all of us out there who've watched porn or have seen some kind of pornography, how come every single time you see these videos, it's mainly these people who don't live by society's script and all that, and just because you don't follow society's script doesn't necessarily make you a criminal or doesn't necessarily make you like a terrible or bad person. But then see, people are so programmed to think that, oh, if they're good and they live by society's rules, that they're gonna get something out of it, and the people who don't are gonna suffer and all that. But then it's like these people are good and play by the rules their entire lives, but all they've gotten was like negative results. All they've gotten was like suffering and all that. And in this world, in this reality, being good is pointless unless you have something to show for it. Like, what's the point of being good when you don't have anything to show for it? What's the point of being good when no one really respects you? What's the point of being good when you can't get sex? You can't get your basic human needs met, but yet you're playing by the rules. But then you see these other people who play by the rule, who don't play by the rules, whether they do it legally or illegally, and yet they're the ones who get to live it up. They're the ones who get to fuck all these women. They're the ones who get to, you know what I'm saying? They get to have sex with women. They get blow jobs. They can get their women will drink their kids and all that, and women will let these men and women, and they get to have all this fun with women and all that. But then, what do the good guys get with women? Rejected, ignored, ostracized, an attitude. They're stuck up, they're closed off, they're masculine, disrespectful, smart ass mouth, and it's like, and then these women always have like some slick, disrespectful, nasty ass shit to say to men and all that. But then these are the same women who want to, oh, we're all the good men. But look at how they treat good men, and I'm sick and tired of seeing these videos about women bitching and crying about loneliness and what they're and how they can't get a man and all that. But then it's like, let an average nigga on the sidewalk, or let somebody on the sidewalk try to come up to them and all that. Then now they want to act all closed off, and they don't want nothing to do with you and leave them alone and all that. And at the end of the day, like I don't know what a vast majority of these women are thinking, and I'm not in this video is not going to be me bashing women, and I'm just trying to make a point. And the title of this video is "Society is Turning Men into Bitches" for a reason. I'm just using it to make a point and all that, but stuff like all the reasons and everything I've been talking about in this video so far is part of the reason why the birth rate is slowly declining, and why you see less and less men are getting sex and all that. And for anybody watching this video right now, I remember like a few years ago, or like, as a matter of fact, after you're done watching this video and all that, for anybody who's watching this video as of now, there's actually this video called "The Rise of Male Virginity." And the video talks about how like less and less men are having sex, and as the world progresses and all that, or as time goes on, less and less men are having sex and all that. And but hey, everyone continue to be good, and get absolutely nothing out of it. Continue to be good and suffer the consequences for doing the right thing. Continue to suffer the consequences for playing by the book and playing by the rules and all that. Well, the people who don't play by the book and don't play by the rules get to live it up, and they get to prosper, and they get the good things out of life. Like what's like for anyone watching this video, have y'all ever heard of the phrase, "Why do bad things happen to good people, but then good things happen to evil people"? Like that doesn't make sense. Like, what's the point of being good and playing by society's rules and following all the laws and rules and doing everything to the T when bad things are just gonna happen to you? Like, I make me personally, for Elijah has been good. Has been doing the right thing his entire life, but has suffered nothing but consequences. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of a person being good when bad things are just gonna happen to them their whole entire lives and all that? And then this is actually where and this is why some people become like villainous. This is why some people start to become evil and all that, because they've done the right thing their whole life, but yet they've suffered nothing but consequences for damn near nothing. Like, they play by the rules, they play by the book, they did what they're supposed to do, and the world just fucking did them dirty and treated them like shit and all that. And then they said fuck, and then they turned to the dark side on some Darth Vader from Star Wars kind of shit, and now they start getting all these rewards and start reaping all these benefits from turning into a villain, or start you know what I'm saying? This is why good people turn cold, as I believe they say. But people can continue to live with their toxic positivity, and shout out to everybody who watched the video positivity versus toxic positivity video that I made and all that. And as time progresses and time goes on, I find it more and more intolerable for me to be around people, because most people are NPCs and they have like that normie mindset and mentality about life and all that. And I said this in one of my older videos and all that. I can't exactly tell you which one it is and all that, because I have damn near almost like 100 videos on my YouTube channel, and shout out to everybody who has subscribed to me and all that. I appreciate the love and support that y'all give me. I'm trying to run up. I'm trying to run up the views and all that. I'm trying to run up the subscribers and all that. And by the end of 2025, I at least want to be towards 100 subscribers, or even at least be at 100 subscribers and all that. And with the way things have been going lately, I believe in myself. I believe I can make that happen. I believe I can, get it popping out here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can definitely make it to 100 subscribers at the end of the year. I believe in myself. I really do. Especially when it comes to shit like this. I believe in myself. I have confidence in this. And then how come you see all these, then I want to go back to my society is turning men into bitches topic. How come you see all these so-called good people, or all these so-called good dudes who struggle and suffer with confidence, or they lack confidence and all that, but then you see all these evil, or you see all these people who don't live by the script, whether it's positive or negative, and they don't follow the script, but yet they have all this damn confidence and all that. Like, what's the point? I don't see what the point of being good is if you're just gonna suffer and bad things are just gonna happen to you, and you're gonna have to go through hell and back for doing the right thing and playing by the script and doing exactly what you're supposed to do and all that. But then you see these other people who don't follow the script, whether it's positive or negative, and they get to prosper and live the best life that any human being could damn near ask for and all that. And shout out to everybody who watched the video called the last video I made called The Harsh Reality for Black Men Part 2. That video has 500 views, by the way, and I bet I have enough confidence and enough faith in myself that I know that video is gonna reach at least 1,000 views and all that. But shout out to everybody who supports me on my YouTube channel, and shout out to everybody who watches me, man. I really appreciate it. I really do. And like, I have a question. Like, how come all the good people aren't all the good people aren't famous, and how come all the good people aren't getting recognized for what they do for society? But how come the good people are at the bottom? How come all the good people are poor and invisible and sexless and lonely and struggling and suffering? But then all the people who are either evil or anti-heroes, or people who don't live by society's script, whether it's, what I'm saying, like I've said for the 5th time in a row, positive or negative, but yet they get all the attention. They get the recognition. They get to prosper in life. Yet they get to be at the top. You know what I'm saying? They get seen by society. How come there's plenty of good artists or good music artists out there how come they don't have a record deal? How come they don't get to make it on World Star? How come they don't get to be seen by the world? How come they don't get millions of dollars, and they don't get all this recognition by the world and society for all the good shit they did? But yet these other people get all this stuff, though. This is how you can tell that we live in a world where evil wins over good and evil takes over society. But yet people still want to have this, just be good and do the right thing, man. You'll get rewarded eventually. Like, nigga, are you stupid? Are you dumb? Stupid. Like 6ix9ine. But I don't how people have this constant mentality that if they keep taking shit and they keep suffering and they keep letting people piss and shit and walk all over them, that they're going to get something in the end, when in reality they're not going to get shit out of it. Like, how many people have been good their whole lives and they play by the rules, but yet they're still poor, they're still struggling, they're still, you know what I'm saying? And then how come you see all these good people who have all these physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health issues, but then you see all these evil people, and yet they don't have all these physical and mental health issues? They seem to be perfectly healthy and all that, because they're the ones who win in reality. They're the ones who prosper in life. They're the ones who get to run and control everything. These are the men that women want to fuck. These are the men that women want to give blowjobs to and get bent over by. They don't want to get bent over by a good guy. They don't want to suck a good nigga's dick. Women will never do shit for a good man unless he has something to show for it. If they're good and they have nothing to show for it, then these women aren't going to want to fuck them or really want to be around these kind of men or desire those kind of men. Women are always going to be drawn to evil because evil people have something to show for it. Being good is absolutely pointless if you have nothing to show for it. Being educated is pointless if you have nothing to show for it. Because a lot of these and I'm sick and tired of seeing these fucking SNHU commercials and all that, because it's like, at the end of the day, all you get out of going to school is like a piece of paper or a piece of plastic and all that, and all you get is stuck somewhere 5 days a week, or you get stuck where somebody else wants you to be after the rest of your life and all that. And it's like, what's the point of going to school and having an education if you don't get educated if you don't get educated and you don't know and you don't get to be where you don't get to create what you want, and you don't get to be where you personally want to be at in life, but you get to be where somebody else wants you to be at in life. And I just don't see what the point of having an education is if you can't do that. Like, this is why a vast majority of people in society aren't ever going to be successful, or aren't ever going to make it nowhere in life, because in order to be successful and in order to make it out, you got to do things differently. You got to do things that stand out. And if you follow the herd and you do what society wants you to do, then you're just going to be a part of the herd. But for the people who were successful, before the people who made it out in society, they separated themselves from the herd and all that, and that's what makes them different. But you're evil when you separate yourself from the herd and all that. But when you're good, you're stuck with the herd like everybody else. And these good people are just going to be invisible and all that, because they're with the herd of animals. They're doing what everybody else is doing. Well, these so-called evil people, or these anti-hero people, or these people that society looks down upon and has a nerve to look down upon, yet they separated themselves from the herd and they did something different, and that's why they're successful. That's why they stand out, whether it's in a positive or in a negative way. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, for this video, I feel like I made a lot of very good points and all that. And I'm not saying that nobody has to agree with me, anything I said in this video. Like, if you disagree with me, you're more than welcome to put it in the comment section, and I'm more than open to have a discussion with you, and I'm more than down to talk about it. But I feel like I made a lot of good points in this video and all that, and I really don't want to make this video too long and all that. And but yeah, man, society is turning men into bitches and all that, and it seems to be progressively getting worse and all that. And to a certain extent, I do agree that we need to bring back some of the old school methods and all that, so men can toughen up and they can become, you know what I'm saying, real men again. Because you have like a society that's starting to create a bunch of like soft ass soy boys, and this is also why you have like the transgender thing going on. And I have nothing against the LGBTQ community at all. But what I do have a problem with is that like trying to push it on kids, or like trying to make it like tolerable for men to wear dresses, and tolerable for men to wear wigs, and for men to like try to look like women when in reality they're men and all that. Like, that's where I gotta draw the line at. But overall, I have absolutely nothing. I have NOTHING against the LGBTQ community. I'm cool with the vast majority of gay people. I don't care. Like, if you're gay and like, let's say for example, right? Like, if I was gay, for example, which I'm not, I would still be myself. I wouldn't be like talking all feminine and doing like all the feminine mannerisms and all that shit. Like, I would still like be myself and talk the way I do and act the way I do. But like those kind of gay people, I'm cool. I'm cool with them. I don't care. You can be as gay as you want to, brother. I don't care. Like, you're chilling. But all that wearing dresses and trying to dress like a woman and trying to be a woman when you're really a man and all that, and it's very obvious that you're a man. Yeah, no, that's where I gotta draw the line at. And I don't give a fuck if I get canceled or if this video gets flagged. I really don't care at this point. But it's like certain shit in society needs to be called out and all that. And then I don't get how we live in a reality where people think that being good and taking shit and you'll get rewarded for in the end. But people have been suffering and struggling their whole damn lives, and yet nothing has happened for them. Nothing has changed for them. I think some people just enjoy being stuck. Some people, they enjoy their suffering. But as long as they get their little claps and praises from a society that doesn't really give a damn about them, and they get claps and praises from the herd of animals that they're stuck with, then they don't care. Because some of these people, and maybe, who knows, maybe some of these people know deep down and know subconsciously that if they separated themselves from the herd, or if they went against the herd of animals that they're in, or the pack, that they would get ostracized for it. And that, but in order to become successful, you gotta separate yourself from the herd of animals. You gotta leave the pack. But people aren't willing to do that. So this is why a vast majority of people are gonna be stuck and always gonna stay stuck. And then they're gonna bitch and cry and complain sometimes and all that, but they're still gonna take it with a smile on their face. But then when people get fed up and get angry and they want to go against the herd of animals, then the herd and the pack is going to go against you. But then it's like, I don't get how following the pack of animals or following the pack has really benefited anyone, including the good people, when the good people aren't really getting nothing out of it. When the good people are getting exiled and getting this like villain like treatment from society, even though they played by the book and did the right thing and all that. And they you know what I'm saying? The people who don't harm anybody and the people who live by the script, they're the problem. But yet the people who go against the script, whether it's negative or positive, yet nothing's wrong with them. Yet they seem to get treated like they're perfect human beings and all that. And yeah, but that's obviously how I can tell that in this reality that evil wins over good. That how come none of the good and positive videos get promoted like that and don't get millions of views and all that, unless like the video's like catchy or like unless it can catch people's attention or whatever. But then it's like you see all the negative dumb stuff on social media and in society, yet that gets the most attention, yet that gets promoted. Like these are perfect examples of how evil wins in society and all that. But yet people would rather have people would drink the Kool-Aid. People would rather have the wool over their eyes. I remember that video I made about how society is turning men into bitches. I think the first or second video I made, that video was like a whole lot longer than this video is gonna be. But I feel like I've gotten like a lot of my points across and all that. I've said everything I needed to say and all that. I'm very tired. I'm about to hit the hay. I'm about to go to sleep. But I feel like I've said everything I need to say and all that. Like I said, man, just if you have any kind of opinion, you got anything to say, just hit me in the comment section and we can chop it up in the comment section and talk our shit and say what we gotta say and all that. But it's your boy Elijah B, and like, comment, and subscribe down below because you already know what kind of time it is. I'm out. Have a good night, y'all. Peace out.